So it's great to meet everybody today. My name is Araya, and I just kind of want to start off by telling you guys a little story, okay? And this might sound familiar or elements of it to some of you, or you very well might know some people that have been through or maybe currently experiencing some of these things. So a little about me, my story. About 9 years ago, I sold a successful business. When I say successful, I mean I started it from the ground up. I was making over $250,000 a year consistently. We had some kind of big name clients like Bill Gates and the CEO of Qualcomm, and I hated it. We were making money, we were good on paper, but it was not really a sustainable lifestyle, and I really didn't like what I did. So I wanted to start over and build something that I loved, and part of that I wanted to include was more time with my family, okay? Now, in the process of that, we sold the business, I had my second baby, and then my marriage imploded. Okay, I'm talking like disaster. There was addiction, there was abuse, and it ended in divorce. And so luckily I did safely get out with my kids. My kids and I started over basically with nothing, but I did it. And so I started over as solo parent and had to figure out like what now, right? So through that whole process, I discovered human design, and that really shifted a lot of things for me. A lot of things in my life started to make sense for the first time ever. And being a 1-3, I don't know if any of you know much about human design, but being a 1-3, I dove head first. I decided I have to do a certification program and learn everything I can do. So I did that, and now I incorporate that into everything I do. Also through this process, some of you may know, I tried to build my own school for my kids, and that was a whole process. And then, surprise, I got a cancer diagnosis. And so that was a whole other thing, because, you know, I guess I wasn't having enough challenges already. I needed to up level again. So, you know, life throws things at you, but in the midst of all that, I figured out a lot of things that really changed the way that I look at everything. So, that being said, I've come to see, really for entrepreneurs in particular, a common thing I see is that there's two sides of the road, right? On one side of the road, we have a lot of us here, we have a lot of people we know. It's those of us that are under 100K, we're in the struggle, right? I want to acknowledge it's hard, okay? And there's a reason that it's hard, okay? Because you have to have all these skills. You have to have marketing, you have to have sales, you have to have delivery skills. You have to be good at what you do. You have to have tech skills, you need financial management, you need operation systems, strategy, and in the midst of all this, you have to somehow figure out how you're gonna actually balance your life with it. It is not easy, and it's not really for everyone. So a lot of times we're trying to figure all this out alone. And not one single person on this planet comes equipped with all of these skills. Not everyone is inclined to learn all this easily. Nobody has all this experience when they come out into this world. You have to build it piece by piece, okay? On top of that, nowadays with the internet, we have so many people online that make this look like it's easy, and it's not, okay? So I want you to remember that. On top of that, you have a market that advertises things all the time like it's the magic bullet. Buy my 5-point this, buy my blueprint this, that. They make it sound like it's gonna be really simple, and then when you get it and you try it and it doesn't work for you, then you beat yourself up and you feel like you're a failure because how come they sell this? How come this works for everyone else? Why is it so hard for me? And there's nothing wrong with you, okay? It's just, it's a misconception in the marketplace. That's a whole nother topic, I could go off on that. But anyway, the truth of the matter is this: there is no such thing as a cookie cutter strategy that works perfectly for every single person. It just doesn't exist, okay? So don't feel like there's something wrong with you, because there's not, but it can be frustrating because now you've wasted time, money, and energy that you probably didn't have to throw away, And you still need help. You need education, you need tools, sometimes you need outsourced work, or you might need all of the above. So I'm really trying my best to help bridge this gap with what I can offer, because I have been there. I built from nothing, and I know what it takes, and I know that it's not easy. So on the other side of the road, we have those that are over 100K, right? The magic number that everyone likes to throw out there. These people, they may have cracked the revenue code, right? It may look good on paper, but underneath, they're struggling just in different ways, right? They might be working crazy hours that are not sustainable. They can't take a vacation. They hit a revenue ceiling and they don't know how to break through. They might be wondering at some point, even if they chose the wrong path, if they're really fulfilling their true purpose, because something feels off. They're exhausted and they can't really figure out what they need to change. And again, they may have tried marketing courses, different productivity hacks, mindset work, different coaching, and nothing sticks. Why is that? It's because they're trying to build their business using someone else's blueprint. And the truth is that it doesn't matter how good the strategy is if it's working against the way that you're wired, because it's unsustainable. So I'm going to say something that some spiritual folks might find triggering, but we have to scale. We have to make more. Why is that? It's not because of greed, it's because of our purpose, okay? I want everyone to understand, I believe this 100%. Each and every single one of us has a divine gift that nobody else has, okay? We have callings. We are meant to reach many people. If we scale, we help more people, right? It amplifies the ripple effect that you have in your community and with the people around you. So if we have more resources in the real change makers' hands, it makes a better world for everybody, okay? It's not about materialism. It's about vitality and joy, okay? More vitality and joy for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, and then beyond that, it's that ripple effect that I'm talking about. So the more conscious and heart-centered entrepreneurs that we have that have more money and are thriving in their lives, that everybody benefits from that, okay? But we cannot scale if we're burning out, okay? We cannot help people if we are depleted, and we cannot create the change that we were put on this earth to create if our businesses are draining us. So I decided to build something different, okay? I created a bridge that I don't see existing yet. It's the bridge between the energetic and the spiritual work that I know a lot of us understand, and the business strategy that actually makes money, okay? I'm calling mine Sacred Systems. And what it does is this. It bridges human design, which is your energetic blueprint, with business systems engineering, AI automation systems, and my 25 plus years in operations. Okay, when you combine all of that, you get a business that actually works with your energy instead of against it. And it actually also encompasses the 5 key areas of business. Does anyone happen to know what the 5 key areas of your business are? No, it's okay. Okay, these are the 5 key areas of every single business, all right? So how do we know like where to start, right? What's your issue? What do we start with? That's a lot of things, right? So what I did is I created a quiz. I'm launching it on Monday. I'm just finishing some tech business on the back end. So you go through the quiz. It takes 5 minutes, and it'll tell you exactly what your major constraint is. It's based on the theory of constraints. Does anybody know what the theory of constraints is? Basically, think of it like this. If you own a car manufacturing plant, and you can make 1 car frame a day, but you can make 5 engines a day, and you can make 20 steering wheels a day, how many cars can you actually make every day?
1.
1. Why? Because you can only make 1 frame. It doesn't matter how many steering wheels you have, right? So if you're creating things and you're working, well, how do I make more steering wheels? Well, that's kind of not the purpose right now. You can't make anything else unless you work on how many car frames you're making. So the theory of constraint says you need to concentrate on what is bottlenecking your business right now, because that is the main issue. You don't really have 10 major issues going on. You have one bottleneck that's showing up with 10 different symptoms. So we focus on the main thing first, and then everything's gonna get easier, okay? So I created a quiz. Like I said, I'm launching it on Monday. We'll walk you through, you'll find your first, your major bottleneck in your business, and then it'll give you a quick summary of what it is and a quick exercise you can do to immediately shift that, okay? Then it leads into my upcoming Black Friday offer. I'm launching a 5-day challenge where we'll take your primary business constraint, and then we'll walk through for 5 days. I'll give you some key steps that you can make, and then specifically looking at your key area of constraint, how can we make your first shift in that area? The challenge is called the Reclaim 5+ Hours Per Week Challenge, and that's the goal, is to help focus on your main constraint area so that by the end of the week, we've figured out how to free up 5 hours of your time every week that then you can put into something else, okay? So just a few little things about things I've been doing. I recently had a feature in USA News where they talked about my story a little bit. I'm working on some talks. Like I shared with my group, I'm gonna start pitching to do some podcasting where I can talk more about different topics of things that I can, speak to and how I can help people. And I'm also developing a frequency story. Okay, so I call it frequency, and it's character-driven narratives that explain these human design concepts and how they show up in your business, but through character arcs, because I feel like that's something that's more exciting, it's more interesting, and it's not as abstract. People can associate with the characters and really bring it to life. Okay, so this is really my body of work. It's what I'm really passionate about, and it's something that I'm bringing to everything that I do. So who do I serve? Again, I can serve anyone really at some level. I have a range of things I can offer, anything from if people are just starting out, they can do the quiz, they can walk through, they can get some guidance and start moving through at their own pace, learning about their energetic design and what we can do to try to build on a solid foundation from the start. Ideally, my ideal clients would be more people who are a little more established in their business and are ready to do more transformational work, okay? Now, to that end, I do have a affiliate program that I would like to invite you guys, if you know people, because I know you have reach in circles that I don't have. So you can share those around. It talks about who my ideal clients are, how you can share, and this is my speaker sheet. It talks about some of my stuff. So you can pass those around. It's got examples of who would be ideal clients for me, how you can refer them, and some samples on what the affiliate commission would be on those items. So yeah, the final thing is take the quiz on Monday. I'll share the link with you. And that's it. And so yeah, I just want to close it. You're not designed to build a business like everyone else. You're designed to do what you're here specifically to do. Thank you. Thanks,
Okay,
Dan.
we have
so welcome.
1 minute for positive feedback,
Sorry.
and then everything else people will give you after.